Hello, listeners, and welcome back to my channel. I'm the Storyteller. So, I hope that all of you are doing great and all of you are eager to learn something new. That's why today I am here with our new story. Name of the story is The Littlest Elf. This is a very interesting and moralful story. So before moving towards our story, if you like my voice or like this story, so please do subscribe to our channel. So now let's move towards it. Oliver was an elf. He lived in the North Pole with his family in Santa's village. There were many elves, but Oliver was the tiniest. Oliver was ecstatic since it was Christmas time. He had found out about his special task at one of Santa's workshops. This year, he only needed to go to each store to discover which one was the best fit for him. Oliver sought to develop soft teddy bears at his mother's toy workshop. However, he became confused in the huge stuffing piles. Oliver inquired an elf. I think you are too young for the toy workshop, Oliver's mother stated. Instead, why don't you assist at your father's bicycle shop? As a result, Oliver visited Santa's bicycle shop. I am willing to assist, he stated. Oliver stood there, watching as the elves attached wheels, seats, handlebars, and bells to the vehicle. The tools, however, were far too large for Oliver's small hands. His father said, "Perhaps baking is your specific profession. Next, you should pay a visit to your brother at the bakery." Oliver set off for the bakery. Sugar plum cookies and candy cane squares were created by these elves. However, when Oliver attempted to stir the cookie dough, he slipped and fell into the large mixing bowl. "Watch out, Oliver," one of the elves had shouted. "I am sorry, Ollie," his brother replied. "You are too small to work in the bakery. Perhaps working in a bookmaker's shop your specialty is." Oliver made his way to the final of Santa's workshops, where his sister started working. There, the bookmakers created incredible stories and pictures. "Can I assist?" Oliver asked. The elf said, "Of course." The ink pot, on the other hand, was too deep, and the stack of papers was too tall. His sister cried, "Oh, Ollie, making books was more messy and difficult than it seems to be." Oliver took a trip to the North Pole. He was depressed. Even as a child, Oliver understood there had to be one specific profession he could do. The sound of hooves clattering at the stables followed. A herd of reindeer had gathered inside to greet Dot, the new reindeer. She, like Oliver, was a small child. Dot was thrilled to be able to assist Santa in flying his sleigh. She jumped, hopped, and leaped in preparation for the big night, but she couldn't fly. The mother reindeer gave her a loving kiss. Dot was still a tad too small. Dot was in a bad mood. Oliver wanted to make her feel better. Instead of finding a treatment for Dot, he delved through his pockets and discovered small trinkets from each studio he had visited. He had an idea right then. Oliver and Dot utilized the tiny item to construct ornaments, cards, and other festive decorations for the village's hardworking elves. The tiniest elf and the tiniest reindeer stuffed the sled with Christmas gifts. They distributed the gifts to all of the workshops. The elves were ecstatic with their unique gifts. Santa was soon on his way to see what all the fuss was about. He stood there watching as Oliver and Dot made everyone laugh. Santa had a wonderful idea. Won't you be my very essential helpers this year? Oliver and Dot, with your huge hearts and amazing Christmas cheer, Santa inquired. After all, Oliver and Dot had discovered their specific jobs, but more importantly, each of them had made a new friend. The end. At last, the moral of the story is that everyone is good at something and that you should keep trying until you find your talent. I hope that all of you like this story. So please do like, share, subscribe and comment on our channel. Thanks for listening.